Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill, and today we are going to play with a Foch 155. Yeah, I know. What a tank, fellas. 750 DPM. Look, this tank is the bond store tank, right? You can buy this vehicle for 15,000 bonds if I'm not mistaken, and most of the time people are asking, is it worth it? Well, we will try to answer into this question. Let's go straight into the game. Quick correction, fellas. It is not 15,000 bonds, it is 12,000 bonds. This is the first thing. And second thing is skill. This disgusting bastard rated this vehicle 1 star. What an asshole he is. Community rated this tank 2.6, or we can round it up to 7, but the fun factor is high of this vehicle, right? For me, personally, this tank is pure troll, you know? You are going to the heavy line, you are going to take the heavy beating with this vehicle. You will get slapped to your horns left, right, and center. But if you will be able to catch someone who doesn't pay that much attention or who simply messed up, and you will be able to stick 750 gun in the butt 3 times, this is 2250 damage, right? This is a lot of damage if you would ask me. Truly, it's a lot of damage. But in the same time, I don't really think it is very simple tank to play with, and I think it is a big pain in the butt to make it work. Once again, most of the people who are playing with this tank, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are playing with a tank for competitive aspect or for competitive gaming, right? People can simply play with this tank just to slap someone in the face and smile. As an example, do you see this Progetto? What this Progetto doesn't know is that around the corner there is monster waiting for him. And even though he is living his life peacefully, he's enjoying himself, he's about to say, "Oh," and check out the corner, he is going to regret his life choices dearly. All we need to do, we need to be patient and we need to wait for it, fellas. That's all we need to do. Now, why this tank is called 750 DPM? Well, the answer is straightforward and very simple. Usually from the magazine, you are able to hit 1. It happened to be that we found the clueless Progetto who made a decision to trade with a Foch 155, okay? That was bad decision from his side. It doesn't matter how you are going to look at this, that was just a bad decision, right? We sent him to the garage, and I have no doubts whatsoever that he is going to consider spending bonds in order to get this tank for himself and enjoy the journey and enjoy the experience, right? At least that's what I want to believe, but oh boys, trust me. This tank is far away from being ideal, and it's far away from being worth it where the... I mean, fun factor, fine. Fun factor can be high, but other than that, I would never ever call this tank super competitive tank. Now, if you have a time machine and you played this game back in 2014, this tank used to be a powerhouse. This tank used to be one of the best tanks in the game, and it used to be able to do a lot of bad things with 850 alpha damage per shot. But once again, those days are long time gone, at least in my opinion, and I do not really think this tank is even nowhere near what the tank used to be back in the day. Right? At least this is how I look into all of this, and this is how I see this this situation. It's just nowhere near what the tank used to be before. Meanwhile, we are taking our time to aim towards Kranwagen. Unfortunately, I'm missing my shot. Not much what I can change about that, but we are trying to slap him again, and I missed. That's fine. Now, another thing to say about this tank. Shooting the standard ammunition with this tank is not the right way to play the game, okay? Just let's say that straight. As an example, in this situation, when I met Mr. Kranwagen, if I would have fired hits, this guy would take one for the team and he would scream. I would be able to penetrate him into the turret as many times as I want to. But since it wasn't the case, since I made a decision to go in the cheap mode and play with this tank a bit differently, well, that basically means I paid the tax for being stupid, right? But that's all we can say, that's all we can highlight, and that is okay. We are living and we are learning. So one thing, if you make a decision to play with this tank, make sure to have enough heat ammunition or enough gold. Okay, what do we want to do here? Ooh, I'm spotted. You know what that means? That means there is a light tank or UDE sitting somewhere around this area. What is the right play? We have a good start, fellas. 1.9 thousand damage is absolutely great start, okay? It is amazing. But the main question is, what are you supposed to do in order to get more? What are you supposed to do in order to get more? This is the question. I may be permanently spotted here. There is a humongous chance that I am simply permanently spotted, fellas. I'm trying to spot enemy Foch sitting here. Unfortunately, I cannot do that, which is fair enough. So what do we want to do? We want to relocate from here. I don't really feel like I could go on top of the hill like this. I do not really think we have any chances to do so. That being said, we are going to take the corner on the Charlie 2 and we will wait until Mr. Badger will try to make a bit of pressure, right? I think this is the proper way to do the things and this is the proper way to play the game. Badger has a lot of hit points, so hopefully he will say, I can make pressure and I can do whatever I want. This is what I would love to see. Also, speaking about the things what I would love to see, I would love to see this Centurion taking one for the team. That would be very much appreciated, don't you think so? Let me see. Oh, look at this beauty. Ooh, Mr. Centurion. How are you doing this fine day? Having a good time? Good. No, why did you low roll it? It's okay. One more. Good. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We caught the Centurion out of position. We clipped him out. Once again, you know, the tank can have a bit of the potential, right? Once again, it has quite a high satisfaction factor and fun factor. But once again, I would simply not say that this tank is competitive, right? Or maybe I am wrong, maybe I am doing something badly, fellas. If I do, feel free to leave the comment down below and say, Skill, you know what, I love my Foch 155. And you are wrong, it's not competitive, it is competitive tank. Or alternatively, Skill, I love you with all my heart, even Foch 155 is a pile of shit, I love it with all my heart, like it would be my my firstborn tank, you know, whatever you want. Feel free to share your opinion, what do you think about this, fellas? That would be really much appreciated. Okay, that being said, do I want to make pressure like this? I do not really think I can. I think the situation is quite complicated at the moment, and I think we are sitting in a deep forest, fellas. This is how I feel, and this is how I look into all of this. Nevertheless, doesn't matter how deep the forest is, we can say hello for a Badger. That is a beautiful shot to the Mr. Badger. Very, very nice. We still have 2 in the mag. So we do not need to worry, we do not need to caco our pants, we are feeling very, very well. Right? I'm trying to penetrate this mother trucker straight into the face, but this is a bit complicated. And let's see, can we eliminate the Kranwagen making a bit of pressure this way? No, not really. Okay, Kran is on the reload. That's all I can say, and he should be able to hit me in the face. Fair enough, not a big surprise, not the first time, not the last time, right? This is the score which we have after the very first game. I can't complain, I feel like we made this tank work, and I feel like we we played well with it, but maybe it's only my imagination. Let's see the score. Okay, fellas, and we are back. 4,100 damage, 2 kills. We scored well. We finished first by experience. We finished first by the damage. I would call it a great success with a Foch. And obviously, great success is coming with a great price, minus 26,000 credits. That's okay. Oh boy, round number 2. Ruinberg standard battle. Okay. Let's see what do we have and let's see what we can do. Quite a lot of heavy tanks, if you would ask me. Do I want to play in the city? I think city will be dangerous. Okay, I have an idea. Maybe stupid idea, but idea nevertheless. I'm going to play on the field, fellas. This is what I'm thinking, and I hope that we are going to be successful. So the first things first, I want to get into the casual position and just try to punish this EBR going through the middle. Skill EBR going through the middle with a Foch, really? Yes, really. We have 800 shell velocity. I believe we can calculate the things properly and I believe we can slap this guy. I believe so. And plus on top of that, we don't need to worry about the CBR as much as we have, because we have the Baza 75 here up front. Boom, 2 shots into Baza. Oh my. Okay, that is a start. That is a start. Uh-oh. I have a feeling enemy Foch had the same feeling and the same idea to go on the field. Don't you think so? We are still okay. We are feeling fine. Do I want to go on the reload? This is the question. And Baza. I mean, 2 shots were not enough. You want a third one? Here you go. I mean, we ruined this guy performance completely, fellas. We just slapped this guy and we just messed him up. Oh my banana. Speaking about messing the things up, fellas, there is EBR who is playing over there. You know what that means? That means it's ay 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 Dios míos. This is what that means. EBR will be super duper hyper turbo annoying and unfortunately not much what we can change about this. We know that he should eventually make pressure and we know that he is going to be just straight up annoying. Maybe even nightmare, right? That's what this gentleman is going to be for us. But we are not going to give up. We are going to try to do our best to get one more extra clip, right? That's all we need for a happiness. Extra 1 clip and I'm okay. What we know that EBR is sitting right there in the bushes. That basically means outspotting him is close to impossible. Literally. It is just simply close to impossible, and we know that Art is making sure that we are going to enjoy ourselves quite a lot, right? That's what we know. What should happen and what could happen? EBR may try to go like this and he will peek up from over there, okay? This is what I am thinking and this is what I am hoping for. So if we are going to be lucky, we should catch this guy going for us. And once again, in this situation, EBR is from here. Yeah, not much what I can change about that. I could have expected that, but once again, you never know how he is going to approach it. It's 50-50 situation. Either he will go like this or either he will go like this. Now, speaking about this map, it happened to be that all our guys or most of our team played in the city. Maybe I should have went into the city as well. I thought it would be better idea to play here and to be a bit safer, but it is how it is. Mistakes were made. Let's see the score. Surprise, surprise, another defeat. Unfortunate. I mean, we made a clip, okay? We should be happy about all of this. Overall, where the game goes, unfortunate fate. I don't really think we can change anything about this. We are fourth by the damage. We are in the second half by the experience, but fair enough. Sometimes games are going like this when you cannot do too much, and we need to be humble and we need to accept this. This is Foch 155 game, in my opinion, and this is the session with this tank. Sometimes you will be a champion, and sometimes you are going to be a peasant. Accept it, fellas. And the last but not least, we have step standard battle. Okay, this is going to be an interesting one. Without even thinking too much, I am just going to load the gold, right? I believe that's fair and that is understandable. What is the goal, what is the hope, and what is the dream? I would love to... What would I love to, fellas? Okay, I made a decision. I was considering a couple of choices, but I think the best decision is going to be to play in the Juliet 2. I will have a bush in front of me. If it happened to be that Jackpiece, the Badger, E3, whoever else would make a decision to push like this, we can punish them very, very, very hard. And after that, we have an escape, right? I do not really think sniping from this area is worth our time, honestly. If I would play with Grilla, sure. If I would play with the Starva, sure. Playing with this tank, this is significantly more complicated situation, right? The gun handling is far away from being ideal. The aim time is kind of dreadful. You know, we need to do the things a bit differently. Ooh, 9,317. Very, very nice. The guy took approximately 40 seconds to get the tank for himself. Cool. Meanwhile, we have the E3. Now, we know that the E3 is sitting here, and I'm just simply waiting until he would go for a blind shot like this. Usually people like to go for a blind shots this way. By the way, I could penetrate him near the gun. Do I want to risk it for the biscuit? I mean, I definitely could. Do I want to? Bledage. It's worth a try, fellas. Aha! Did you saw that blind shot, fellas? That's what I'm talking about. That is what I am talking about. There is a huge possibility that enemies can go and will go for a blind shots like this, right? So all we need to do, we need to chill here. Okay, what do we have? We have, I would say we have enough forces to stop them from making a hardcore pressure. And if we would pay attention what is happening in the other side looks quite bad. Enemies are just simply making a hardcore pressure this way. So let's get ourselves towards the red line and let's enjoy our safe defense parameter. This is what I'm thinking, fellas. Now, you may ask, Kill, I have a question. Why are you not playing aggressively? Going like this is straight up ticket to the garage. Going like this, it is straight up ticket to the garage. In other words, you need to know what the tank is able to do, right? And for a Foch, the best case scenario is whenever enemy team is not the strongest one, whenever you can pick the tanks one by one. You know, this is the best case scenario for the tank like this. But in the same time, there is plenty of the situations whenever you just simply cannot do that, when you cannot go in front and when you cannot fight one-on-one. Whenever the situation is, in the best case scenario, 1 against the 5, right? And this is the situation here. But we are not going to give up. We are going to be completely fine. All we need to see... We need to see enemies trying to get involved here and trying to make a bit of pressure. Beautiful shot, very, very nice. This gentleman is dead. Now, let's try to hit Mr. Leo. We hit the Leo as well. And now, last one. Come on. All we want to see this Mr. Vaza making a bit of pressure here. Okay, Vaza is over there. I cannot really see him, or can I? Ooh. Artaman for a blind shot. That is a decent one. I cannot complain, fellas. That was a beautiful blind shot by the Artam. So, that being said, what we can predict at this point. Our team is feeling kind of alright over there. Whoopsie, 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 whoopsie. Good, we escaped. Our team is sitting kind of okay here. We have plenty of the sniper schnitzels. What may happen at this point? At this point, enemies might grow some balls and try to make pressure like this. So we are returning to our first initial position, and we will make sure that enemies from the heavy line won't have the easiest and the best time, right? This is the Foch 155 gameplay in this situation. Showing any kind of aggression, going through the middle like this is death sentence, going like this probably it's death sentence, going like this aggressively against the Badger and D3 is death sentence. You get the point what I'm saying. In other words, it is not so simple to make this tank work. And same goes for a Foch B, but in my opinion, Foch B is a bit more First of all, Foch B got buffed lately, right? Which is very, very important thing to highlight. That's good. And one more thing to highlight. Where the... One more thing to highlight where the Foch B goes. Foch B is significantly better at sniping, right? That is important to highlight. What that means? That means whenever you play in the maps like this, you do not really need to purely cross your fingers and say a prayer before you are going to be able to do something, right? Two Jeffs in platoon and professional Jeffs, fellas. Professional Jeffs. It's okay. It is not the end of the day. We are feeling quite fine. All we want to see Badger pushing in front. And I want to believe that Badger will push in front. Well, there is quite an interesting positivity in the chat. That is quite an interesting one. He's going for a blind shot. I can see that already. No? Go for it. Skill, how did you know? Because he instantly looked at us and he instantly tried to be the living crap out of this bush. He's aware of that probably there is only one place from where he could have been spotted, you know? And that's okay. Not a big deal. We are feeling quite alright. Now, this Udis 15-16, he will try to make a bit of pressure like this. The thing is, what this guy doesn't know is... this is a wrong turn for him. Alright. Even though I lost a lot of hit points, it changes absolutely nothing because I have a clip. What that means I am playing with this tank or I am playing Foch B. This guy is doomed. He cannot change absolutely anything about that. He can just simply be humble and take one for the team and take his ticket to the garage. That's all he can do in this situation. Now, we need to figure out how to play this game. I am not going to return into the same bush. I really do not think it is decent play and this is a good situation. I truly don't think so. What would be significantly better for us? It would be way better to clear this line over there, right? And then we can feel like a proper mother truckers. At least this is how I feel like. Feel like we would be alright. What do we want to do? What is the right play? What is the right play, fellas? I'm trying to make a good decision, right? I think all I need to do, I need to knock some trees like this. I hope, once again, I hope Arta isn't looking. And we are waiting until someone would make a bit of pressure this way. There is a chance that object won't make pressure. Okay, object is spotted. So what do we want to do? We want to simply make pressure like this, right? There is Grilly in the open field and there is Vaza in the open field. Not exactly what I've been looking for. Good. I would still survive a shot. Yes, sure, I would become down to fartable, but I think we still can be aggressive here and we still can eliminate this gentleman from the game. And obviously, I hope Arta won't pay that much attention either. Right? Beautiful, very nice. Let's load the standard ammunition. I know I have one in the mag left, but I think the 3 would be better than 1, even though I have a bit less penetration. So, I think where this session goes, fellas, and what we have seen there, this tank still can work. This tank can be a phenomenal tank in very niche situations, right? But all in all, I do not really think any of you would argue with me that the tank isn't the most competitive tank in the world of tanks. There is a lot of RNG and a lot of factors involved into all of this, right? In other words, the tank isn't anything extraordinary, right? That's what I am trying to say over there, okay? The fun factor is there, but once again, the fun factor can be frustrating to the maximum, and it can be disgusting as well. At least this is how I look into all of this, and this is what I think, you know? It's the same situation like, let's say, some derp tank in the game. Sometimes you can have a blast, sometimes you can have fun, and sometimes you can hate your life, you know? There is not much what you can change about that, just how the tank plays. Meanwhile, speaking of how the tank plays, we came here, we said hello for a badger, and we sent him into the garage. Beautiful, 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 beautiful session, fellas. I am super happy about this, and I think we made the Foch 155 work. Even though looking into the second game, it was unfortunate, but hey, what can you do? Not in every game you can be a champion of the day, right? Sometimes you need to accept of taking one for the team. All in all, we came back with a nice award, 3.8 thousand damage, 2.6 thousand assisting damage, first class, 5 kills. We are first by experience, we are first by the damage, we got ourselves 4,000 profits as well, and overall where the session goes, we played for 4,200 combined. So 3.4 thousand damage, 800 assisting damage. This overall performance could have been a bit better, but the second game, you know, it was one of those whenever not much what you can do, especially with the decision which I made, and that's fine. Anyways, fellas, I hope I revived the memory for you about the Foch 155. All and all, in my opinion, the tank is far away from being ideal, and only one purpose of this tank is to take it for a spin once in a while whenever you are feeling like other tanks doesn't work and you can ruin someone's day. Yes, ruin someone's day. This is how I look into all of this. So thank you very much for watching, fellas. That was your daily dose of skill, and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.